You've heard of these cards, and you even know about this trifecta. But the question is, do you know how to maximize this three-card setup? Let's find out. Welcome back to Tito's Financial Corner, where we talk about credit cards, points and miles, as well as travel. That's right, today we're going to be talking about one of the most famous trifectas in the credit card game, and that is the Amex Trifecta. This trifecta is considered to be the biggest rival to Chase's trifecta. Let's cover all the points, the good and the bad of this trifecta, to see if this is built for you. The very first thing that we got to touch on is what cards are we talking about when we're talking about the Amex Trifecta. We are talking about the Amex Platinum card, the Amex Gold card, as well as the Amex Blue Business Plus card. Now this is where they're a little bit different compared to the Chase Trifecta, where they have 3 personal credit cards. On the Amex Trifecta, we have 2 personal cards and 1 business card, that being the Blue Business Plus card. So again, you do have to have a quote-unquote business to get this credit card, but as we touched on different videos, that is not hard to do. You don't need to have a multi-million-dollar business in order to qualify for a business credit card. If you want to see how I got approved for my first business credit card, you can check out that video right here. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and touch on all the points that you need to know about this trifecta. The very first thing we're going to talk about is the annual fee of this trifecta. Looking at the Amex Platinum card, the annual fee is $695. Ouch! The Amex Gold card has an annual fee of $250, and the Amex Blue Business Plus card does not have an annual fee. So when we're looking at this 3-card setup, the total annual fee that we're looking at would be $945. That's right, almost $1,000 that you would have to pay for this trifecta. Now, before we get on to the additional points, we must know that this is the amount that we have to pay. That is a concrete amount that we have to pay to have these 3 credit cards. Now, there are some credits that would offset the annual fee, but those are not a given. And by that, I mean you would have to utilize your cards on specific transactions with specific vendors in order to get those credits. So the credits are not 100% guaranteed, whereas the annual fee is 100% guaranteed that will hit your card. So again, the annual fee for these 3 credit cards is $945. Okay, so we have the annual fee. Let's talk about the credits that can offset that annual fee. Let's start first with the Amex Platinum card. As we already know, this is called a coupon book, because it offers so many different credits to offset that annual fee. If you go to Amex's website, they said they have over $1,500 worth of credits that you can utilize to offset the annual fee of $695. That's great. The only negative to that point is that some of those credits you really won't utilize unless you have to push out of your current spending habit in order to qualify for that. And by that, I mean that unless you go in and double check each specific credit and see which one you would utilize right now before you even get the Amex Platinum, some of those credits would really not come into play. You would not even utilize them unless you have to use them to offset the annual fee. No matter how you look at it, you're the one that ends up losing money in this deal. Taking a look at the Amex Gold, the 2 biggest credits that they offer to offset the annual fee are $120 dining credit and another $120 Uber/Uber Eats credit. As most of you know, for me specifically, I utilize both of these credits with both Grubhub as well as Uber Eats, where I set orders through both of these vendors to pick up food, and I automatically get my $20 worth of credits every single month to offset the annual fee. So the effective annual fee on this credit card would be $10. And obviously with the Amex Blue Business Plus card, there's no annual fee to offset, so we're good on that end. So again, with the Amex Platinum card, it all depends. With that said, we're gonna say that you could either offset the whole annual fee, or you might not be able to offset the whole amount. So again, it just depends on your spending. So taking a look at the credits that you can get back towards the annual fee, we would say that the effective annual fee that you would have on this trifecta would be anywhere between $10 and up to $705, depending on how many of those credits you can utilize on the Amex Platinum card. The next point we're going to cover is the welcome bonus that these credit cards have to offer. Now, before we start on the welcome bonus that each individual credit card has to offer, it should be noted that technically you can go in and sometimes find better welcome offers than the ones that we're going to cover, whether that's by going in through incognito mode to search and find a better welcome offer, or also by getting a referral welcome bonus, which can also be higher than the quote-unquote standard welcome offer that's available on Amex's website. So with that said, again, we're just going to cover the standard welcome offer that you would find through Amex's website. Taking a look at the Amex Platinum card, the welcome bonus is currently 80,000 membership reward points. Taking a look at the Amex Gold card, the current welcome bonus is 60,000 membership reward points, and the Amex Blue Business Plus card would have a welcome bonus of 15,000 membership reward points. So taking a look at this trifecta, the combined welcome bonus would be 155,000 membership reward points. So that's great. That's a hell of a welcome bonus when we're looking at 3 credit cards. But what kind of value would you be able to get? For that, we would have to tap into the points guy to offer us a valuation on this point ecosystem. The points guy values membership reward points at 2 cents per point. So that's right. You would get 2 pennies per point as long as you transfer your points from Amex to Amex's transfer partners in order to get that 2 cent per point valuation, or potentially even higher. So if we take a look at the 2 cent per point valuation and combine that with the added welcome bonus of 155,000 membership reward points, the cash value on that welcome bonus would be $3,100. So that is a hell of a deal for the welcome bonus and the amount of points that you would get in the first year with this trifecta. That's great, but we also have to cover how much you would have to spend on these 3 credit cards in order to get that combined welcome bonus. Taking a look at the Amex Platinum card, you would have to spend $6,000 within the first 6 months that you have this credit card. With the Amex Gold card, you would have to spend $4,000 in the first 6 months that you have this credit card. With the Amex Blue Business Plus card, you would have to spend $3,000 in the first 3 months that you have this credit card. So taking a look at the spending requirements, you would have to spend a grand total of $13,000 in order to receive the welcome bonus that we just talked about. That's definitely doable, but you might want to consider spacing out your credit card applications to give you enough time to hit the minimum spending requirement on all 3 of these credit cards. So with that said, let's cover where you should use each credit card to get the maximum points back on your transactions. Taking a look at travel transactions, you would definitely use the Amex Platinum card because it offers you 5 points back on any flights booked directly with the airline's website or through Amex's travel portal. And you would also get 5 points per dollar spent on all hotels booked directly through Amex's travel portal. Now, a big one, at least to me, and that is dining. Which of these 3 credit cards would offer you the maximum multiplier on takeout orders or dine-in? For that, we would have to take a look at the Amex Gold card. It would give us 4 points per dollar spent on all restaurants. If you're looking to see which of these 3 cards you should use for groceries, then the Amex Gold card would also be the best one to utilize. And that is because it would give you 4 points per dollar spent on all US supermarket transactions, which is a big highlight of this credit card. And as you can see, this is a major foodie card. And then for all other transactions, we would use the Amex Blue Business Plus card because it offers us 2 points per dollar spent on all transactions, up to $50,000 worth of spend every year. So that's right, this would be your catch-all card. This would be the equivalent of the Chase Freedom Unlimited card, but with the added caveat that you would get 2 points per dollar instead of 1.5 points per dollar. All right, that's great. So let's talk about some of the perks and benefits that you would get with this trifecta. The very first perk or benefit that we got to talk about is how with this trifecta would get you into the best airport lounges all over the world. Specifically with the Amex Platinum card, this would get you into Priority Pass, which has access to over 1,300 airport lounges all over the world. And it would also get you access into the Centurion Lounge, which is said to have the most beautiful airport lounges all over the world. This is a major point, especially for those individuals that travel a lot. You would also get a 0% intro APR with this trifecta. Specifically, the Amex Blue Business Plus card would give you a 0% intro APR for the first 12 months that you have this credit card on all purchases. And you would also get a credit for either Clear Plus or global entry to skip the line at airport securities. So, the biggest question of this video, is this trifecta built for you? I would say that this trifecta is definitely built for you if you're a traveler. If you're traveling consistently at least once a month or at least once a quarter, then yes, this trifecta could be well worth your while because it offers quite a few different travel perks and benefits, specifically with the credits to offset the annual fee of the Amex Platinum card, as well as taking advantage of the priority pass as well as the Centurion Lounge access. And getting out of the travel part, if you also utilize some, if not most of the credits that the Amex Platinum card has to offer, then yeah, this trifecta could be well worth your while because it offers so many perks and so many great multipliers. And obviously, this trifecta would be well worth your while if you utilize your membership reward points specifically to transfer them out to Amex's travel partners in order to get the highest cent per point valuation that you can. Now, when is this trifecta not worth it? I would say if you can't use most of the credits that are available on both the Amex Gold as well as the Amex Platinum card, then this trifecta might not be built for you. Just imagine you would have to pay the annual fee on this credit card, then most, if not all of the membership reward points that you can earn with this credit card, as well as the perks, you would literally be paying for the access to earn points, as well as the access to use the perks and benefits that these cards have to offer. This trifecta might also not be a fit if you're looking for a card setup that you can set it and forget it. Meaning that as long as you have it open and you start swiping one card or the other, then you're good to go. That would not apply for this trifecta. There are specific cards that you would have to utilize to get the maximum points, as well as utilizing some of those credits where you would have to use specific vendors and specific amounts in order to get those credits to offset most of the annual fee. So again, if you're looking for an easy credit card setup, this just might not be a good fit. And when I say that this trifecta might not be a good fit, I mean specifically the Amex Platinum. And guess what? That's where I'm currently at right now myself. Meaning, I already have the Amex Gold card. I'm about to get the Amex Blue Business Plus card. But the Amex Platinum, to be honest with you guys, I just don't see myself actually utilizing the card. I don't travel that much as is. I would rather go for a different kind of card that would give me lounge access at least a few times, but would have a much lower annual fee, because otherwise I would literally have the Amex Platinum card and would be working towards utilizing those credits just to be able to say that I have the credit card. And to be honest with you guys, that's not a good enough reason for me to have a credit card. I need to have some good perks and multipliers in order to have a credit card at my disposal. To me, the biggest selling point on the Amex Platinum card is the lounge access. Just because the multipliers aren't really there, to be honest with you guys, I feel like they fall flat on their face compared to other credit cards, including the other two Amex credit cards. So with that said, I'm not ready for the Amex Trifecta. I'm not quite ready for the Amex Platinum card, and that's okay. I can still utilize the Amex Gold as well as the Amex Blue Business Plus card to gather membership reward points and still be able to transfer them over to Amex's transfer partners in order to utilize them to get the highest cent per point valuation. So with that said, I want to hear from you guys. What do you think of the Amex Trifecta? Is it worth it or is it not? With that said, if you found any information useful during this video, please hit that subscribe button as well as that like button. Thank you, and I hope to see you in the next one. Adios.